We're back, but we have a few discoveries using this trailer this weekend. This is the air conditioner. It's fairly hard to test an air conditioner when it's 50 degrees out, but you can see from the thermometer the air coming out of it is just basic air temperature, 60 degrees. It should be down around 40 if it's really doing refrigeration. It's been running for 5 minutes, so it's dead. Now this thing is put in with rivets. So first thing we have to do is drill out those rivets. And it doesn't even sit down here. It's in there pretty good though. So we're gonna start taking pieces apart and see how it goes. And I don't think he wants to help. The indicator here is that he's just having a good time. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Oh, his little buddy came out from the yard. So, we're going to start removing this. First thing, unplug it. Always unplug things before you start working on it. And to unplug it, we took the top off the cabinet, and you can see the cord goes down in the floor there underneath it, and it actually, we had to take the top off this little cabinet over here, and that's where it plugs in, right there. That's the plug. Now it's interesting to me, the microwave plugs on the outside right there. The microwave plugs on the outside of that little cabinet, but the air conditioner plugs on the inside. So I'll unplug that and we'll be able to work on it. Like every other screw and nut on the trailer, these are square drive, which actually makes it easier because you can use a socket set. But these little screws are square drive heads, not Phillips. You can get a Phillips head to go in there, and sometimes you can get them off, but you'll usually wreck them, as this one's kind of stripped. But taking the first piece off. This is basically just glued in here, and what you have to do is cut the glue from the sides. It's finally starting to move. There, see that? We finally got it to move now. And you wiggle a lot, and it'll come out. So I did a little damage to the pan, cutting the corner there. This is kind of a drip pan, I think, to catch water from the inside. One of the things, it's good to do these because you notice what's wrong with your trailer. One of the things I noticed, let me do this. Once I got it out, I noticed that the screws on the thing, there's a pretty big gap. There's a pretty big gap on the back wall of the cabinet here. You can see that. And so the screws have backed out. So I couldn't get to those screws with the air conditioner in there. So I'm gonna have to, I'll be able now to put those screws back in and maybe set a little glue or something on that to make sure they stay. So it's always good to check your cabinetry. The other thing is this thing right here, this comes up and down. And I think it's because they never glued it. That's a glued type joint. A little bit of missing quality. That's alright, we'll fix it. And again, this is a 2008 Classic. 2008 Classic. So if yours is newer, it may be a considerably bit different. And if yours is older, why the hell do you have an air conditioner? But I didn't have to take the microwave out, but I did, and I'll clean it, and I found some screws missing on the microwave, and it's not very well anchored anyway, so I'll anchor that a little better. Do a little upgrades and a few things, but so that's the hole for the air conditioner. Guess we got to go to Home Depot now and get an air conditioner. Air conditioners are on sale at Walmart. Fortunately, these are not the ones I want. Alright, we're trying Home Depot, which is absolutely packed today. I think this is the same one right there. You got to make sure you don't have one of the controls down underneath the cabinet. I could get this one with 15,000 BTUs and turn the Aliner into a meat locker. Okay, the air conditioner is home and in front of the trailer. The question is, will it fit? Now the original had this plate that was in here, this pan that sat in there like that, and it's screwed into the front of the air conditioner with these screws. This has no screws on the front like the old one did. I don't know if I want to put this in here, I think, just in case it sweats or leaks or anything. And I think it's okay even with this broken section here. I think it will be all right. I drilled some holes, one in the front, one in either side, this side and this side. And I'm going to put some pop rivets in here. Unfortunately, I'm not using the right size drill, so I'm having to hammer the pop rivets in. Now I'm going to put a liberal amount of my favorite silicone caulk around the edge of this, because I don't want anything leaking in there. Now to lift in the air conditioner. I think I want to throw this in there as much as we can. Seems to work good. It has these two tabs on the bottom to hang onto a window. Just something of interest. This has these two things on it that went this way. I bent them back. Wasn't sure what I was going to do with these, but I looked on the old one, and the old one has those same things, but they're broken off. They've been broken off, but they were on the bottom. This really is the exact same air conditioner as what came with the trailer, I guess. Or maybe it's been changed. Maybe somebody's changed this trailer so many times around. It's the problem with buying a used one. A used trailer, you never know what's really been there, but it's okay with me. I wonder how you get rid of a used air conditioner. A broken used air conditioner. I don't think I can put it in my garbage can. Okay, I've taken these little tabs. I don't know how well you can see those, but I've tried to bend them and straighten them so they're pretty much straight, flush little tabs here. And I'm thinking that maybe I can use those to actually attach the whole thing to the trailer. I did notice that there were rivets here in the frame on the old one. If you look where I put the rivets in over here, that other hole there was a rivet that actually riveted into the air conditioner, that went through to the air conditioner housing or frame, whatever it is. And if you remember, I had to use a hammer to loosen up the air conditioner. Anyways, I was sliding the paint scraper down here and hammering it, and I hammered through that, and I did that on both sides. I noticed I cut through that rivet. That's really what held it in there. So I think I'd like to mimic that in one way or another and get some strength to hold it in there, because I'd hate to have it just fall out. I forgot to turn the camera on, but I lifted it up and set it in here, and I had to bang it a couple times to get it in, but it seems to be in there pretty good. So now I'm going to drill some holes through those little things, those little tabs that seem to have gone just perfect, and I'm going to screw them in, but it fits quite nicely it has this line on the top. You can see this little groove. Comes right up to the thing, and inside it's just perfect to what the old one was. The bottom is even and in. I think we're set. So I'm just going to caulk it from here on in. Just caulk around the edge. I drilled a hole. Now I'm just going to put bolts in these. They go into the aluminum frame, so I think they're all right. So just as extra insurance. And we have sealed it all up along the upper edge. I tend to drag my finger over this just to make it smooth and make sure it's pushed in a little bit. And we've sealed up the side edges, although I don't know how much really you're sealing there because you've got the fins and the things there, but I think it's all right. I'm not gonna seal up the inside because I don't think it needs it. And the bottom, when I looked at the other one, the bottom of the old one was like this. It was open. So I don't know. I don't really want to seal it. I've sealed up to the tabs, so I don't think anything's going to get under there and get inside. I might change my mind. I'll keep an eye on that for water intrusion, and but looks good. I'm ready for hot camping trips with electricity. Dakota, and what do you want? Huh? This is just a Caesar dog.